the majority of the opposition to the material that I've seen from the new legislation is that this is effectively a covertly opportunistic attempt by corporate interests to monopolize the purchase and distribution of agricultural produce. And so that's manifest primarily because people have seen the implementation of some of these programs in other states in India and have seen the impacts of that through procurement of land, agricultural land, and then indentured servitude from the people that live there. What are your views and responses to comments about that? What does the evidence show from the implementation of these programs in India, and what do you think are the realities around the situation?
Now let me come to some of the problems of these two acts. How can you allow anybody and everybody simply because he or she has a PAN card, which is an income tax identity card in India? Have we become that casual about working with farmers? I use this term, I can use it, I'm not worried about this. Every Tom, Dick and Harry cannot be allowed to deal with farmers' produce. And that's what has been allowed. I think we should have been more careful on that, because there is an issue of counterparty risk coverage. Somebody just shows me the PAN card, takes my 6 quintals of mustard or whatever and runs away. Where do I go? I don't even know the guy. I have no shop name, nothing. I don't know from where he came. Now in the APMC, we have a system where the licensed guys have to give counterparty guarantees. There's a Mandi Samiti which can take action against any artiya or trader doing golmaal with the farmer. That is not there in this. It's completely written there in so many words saying contracting company or sponsor cannot lease, cannot transfer, cannot mortgage, cannot sell farmers' land. The contract is only for the crop. But there's one clause in the dispute resolution mechanism which says if you have to recover any payments from the farmer he has defaulted, then you can recover its arrears of land revenue. That is creating a lot of trouble. Some of the farmer union leaders are very smart. They're saying, no, this means our lands will be taken, auctioned by the company to recover money. So we don't want this there. So basically, I think I just want to make a larger statement about it. I think it is not fair to expect a regulatory tool to deliver what is the job of a policy. We are trying to do that here, which is not going to happen.
So this is a step in the right direction, but the implementation is the key. This is not a panacea to all the problems. Like Supal has mentioned, there are many things that need to be done to complement these things. One, like the farmers are tied to these RTRs because of their credit needs. Okay, most of the credit needs are on account of consumption. A farmer wants to perform the marriage of his daughter, there are health exigencies and so on and so forth. So for which he cannot borrow from a bank or some institutional source. So he falls back upon these guys who lend him credit. And in turn, he gets locked to, because even if he gets a better price somewhere because of these new laws, he will not be able to sell because he is obligated to this guy who is commission agent or anything. So what is the solution? The solution is to actually give him more credit and also particularly credit for consumption.
I say solution for farmers' problems, even marketing solutions lie outside markets. For example, credit. Unless the farmer is provided reasonably priced, good amount of credit, he can't get out of the interlocked market transactions. And unless he gets out, he just can't exercise choice. So important thing in this whole story of policy and regulation is to reduce farmers' production risk. Our Fasal Bima Yojana is not working, going beyond 30%. Now government has made it voluntary, unfortunately. Now even whatever farmers are getting by default will not get it now. So production risk is very high, and to top it has been market risk.
So to summarize, I think it sounds like the consensus that has emerged is that it's a step in the right direction. They are trying to do the right things. The intent is correct. However, the design is somewhat flawed. The problems actually stem from the unavailability of institutional credit for purposes of consumption and inputs, and also the production risks, and now the addition of a market risk. So we've actually overloaded farmers with an additional set of risks, not really solve the actual problem that they have, which is the availability of credit and the interlocking loans that they already have. Which is a design flaw in the existing policy, and then it's been implemented poorly because of a lack of communication around the issues.
I want to add one small point.
Sure.
Actually, they need to continue APMC system in later spirit, because you cannot replace the monopsony of APMC with the monopsony of private trade. So they are planning to create some kind of a structure which can provide some competition.
You said it, Professor Shekhar has said it.
So it's very important. Okay? So they must do it. They should mean what they are saying. They should walk the talk. Yeah.
Very good.
Sure. No, that's a fantastic point. I completely agree. You're replacing one problem with a different problem that doesn't really solve the actual problem.